a sucker, a low down, dirty, sneaky, double crossing, conniving motherfucker, breaking in cribs with a crowbar. I wasn't poor, I was poor. I couldn't afford the OR. I used to wait until it gets.
Hey, what up, you guys? This is Danny B. You're watching the Trash Dish, and in this video, I'm going to be doing my Saw ranking, franchise ranking. Coming up at number 9 is going to be Spiral. This is the one with Chris Rock. I thought it was decent, and I didn't buy Chris Rock as the detective so much, but overall, it was a decent movie. I thought it was kind of stupid, too, when, like, the beginning, it opens with him talking about Forrest Gump. This is like Chris Rock trying to be Tarantino. Yeah, so that's number 9, Spiral. It was alright. So coming up at number 8 is Jigsaw. This one is alright also. Spiral and Jigsaw to me were almost like interchangeable. I like them about the same amount. I will give the edge to this one though, just because it does have actual Jigsaw in it. You know, John Kramer. But yeah, I don't know. I had more fun watching this one than Spiral. Coming up at number 7 is going to be Saw 5. It's an okay one. I kind of felt like they were losing their touch a little bit with this one, but still decent. This one is almost like a better version of Jigsaw. Like, it's almost the exact same plot, where it's like 5 people trying to get out of the thing. But what this one has that Jigsaw doesn't have is like the industrial setting, where it's that greenish light and the nasty walls with the bricks all over them and everything. Jigsaw, for some reason, is set in a farmhouse. And then you also got the girl that played Dexter's girlfriend is in this, and she's a babe, so... Number 7, Saw 5. It's okay. Alright, coming up at number 6 is going to be Saw 2. And I know this is a lot of people's favorite one. To me, this one feels the most like a Cube ripoff. Like, I feel kind of like this whole franchise ripped off the movie Cube a little bit. But especially this one, where they wake up in Jigsaw's house and they don't know why they're there. And then the character, the drug dealer character, it's almost like the exact same character from Cube, where he's pushing everyone around and throwing them down into the traps and stuff. Like the scene where he picks up Amanda and throws her into the pit of needles is the exact same thing from Cube, where the guy throws someone into a room to see if the trap goes off. So that's my issue with Saw 2, but it is an entertaining one. And then also you got more of Jigsaw in this one. He was barely in the first one, so. And then also in this one, Donnie Wahlberg out-acts everyone from the first movie except for Danny Glover. Maybe even Danny Glover, but yeah. He gives a better performance than the 2 guys that were locked in the room in Saw 1. Coming up at number 5 is going to be Saw. And I would not say this is a Cube ripoff. This is different enough to be its own thing. I kind of have a theory, because some of the acting in this is just so bad. For example, like the part where the guy dips the cigarette in the blood and then wants the other guy to like play along like he's dead. The way they do it, he smokes the cigarette and then immediately like, and then just dies. And then the other guy gets up and goes, all right, I've killed him with the poison. Like, they're really trying to sell this like he's actually dead. That wouldn't cut it. So what I'm kind of thinking is that this movie was made to be marketed in other countries, and they were just going to do a dub. But then eventually it just took off in the US, so they used the original audio. Because I'm like, why would they do it so bad like that? Especially for a guy who's been acting for, what, 15 years, 20 years? But I don't know. I could be totally wrong on that, too. But yeah, I think this one has the best twist. When I first saw this movie, I didn't see the twist ending coming at all. So, very cool, very original movie. All right, coming up at number 4 is going to be Saw 7, Saw 3D. Or the final chapter. This one's obviously one of the cheesiest ones in the franchise, but I like that about it. I'm a big fan of whenever movies start off as serious and then just go completely cheesy by like the 7th sequel. Like Hellraiser is like that, and a couple other ones. To me, that makes it hilarious. You got guts flying at the screen and all kinds of cheesy stuff. The opening trap with the girlfriend thing is hilarious. And then the guy that plays the liar, like when he's in the Saw Survivor group, which is hilarious by itself, but then he goes like, these are my scars, and it's just totally fake. I just thought that was hilarious. And then the scene where Saw comes to visit him at the book signing, and he's dressed, he has a backwards hat and a hoodie on. I was like, is Saw going to a fucking Eminem concert? Because in the first movie, he's dressed up in like the mysterious robe, or even the second movie, he's got like kind of like the red and black robe, like he's like some kind of puzzle master or something. But in this, he looks like an Eminem fan. I had a fun time watching this one. That's Saw 3D at number 4. Coming up at number 3 is going to be Saw 3, and this one really utilizes the green lighting. It's very bright, and then it's got a greenish tint to all the lighting. I thought that was pretty cool. And then Saw is still alive at this point. You know, from his deathbed, he's still pulling all the strings. He's got a girl operating on him with a power drill, sawing into his head with a fucking drill. And then they just really let the sound effects play out in that. I saw this one in theaters. It was a totally gross scene. Just like surround sound fucking power drill to the skull. And you got Amanda back in this one, and this time she's helping Saw. You got a guy that's trying to like really figure his way out through the traps and avenge his son's death. This one's got, I think, probably the best traps in the whole series. My favorite of all the traps in the Saw Part 3 is the judge that's locked in the pit. And then you think he's gonna get chopped up, but what's really going on is Saw's got pig corpses going on a meat hook, rotten pigs, and then they're liquefying and spraying him in the face. I thought that was pretty gross. And the guy has to make a choice between burning all of his son's belongings or saving this guy that let his son's killer go free. And then you got the guy being twisted to death. That was a pretty brutal scene. And the chick that has to dip her hand in acid to get the key was pretty brutal. Coming up at number 2 is going to be Saw 4. Which kind of has a Saw 3 type of vibe to it, but I like this one. Was a little bit cheesier than Saw 3. You got some scenes like what is it? Like the fat hotel manager gets his eye plucked out or something, and then the girl has her hair twisted up and it's pulling her hair off or pulling her scalp off. And the guy trying to figure it out is a total idiot too. He has a gun and he's like shooting at the gears. Shoot her fucking ponytail off. What are you doing, dude? And this is the first one where Saw is completely dead. It opens up with him being dissected, but he's still doing the traps even from beyond the grave, which I thought was pretty cool. And this one too really starts pulling the whole series together. Like you get all these like little twists and stuff from the first 3 movies in this one. And coming up at number 1 is Saw 6. And this one really feels almost like it was written by someone who's been fucked over by the insurance companies or something, because the way it's written is hilarious to me. What really pushed this one to my favorite was the fact that it's all about like people from the insurance company who fucked over people getting payback from beyond the grave. Jigsaw comes up with his own twisted version of the company's policies, and he's making the guy make choices. Saw has him face to face with the people, and he has to choose who lives and who dies. And Saw is dead too, so it's really like him coming back from the grave to haunt this guy. The first time I watched this, I didn't understand who the 6 people on the merry-go-round were, but this time I realized it's the people that are coming up with the loopholes to fuck people out of their insurance. So you got them on a merry-go-round, and then he has to choose who gets to live. He's like, their fate is in your hands. And then literally like a spike goes through his hands. Yeah, I thought this one was awesome. It's just the way it plays out. Like he's really taken the life insurance policies and putting it in his Saw world. But I also really like the flashback scenes of Saw at this guy's dinner party or whatever it is. And he's just like eating crackers. You would never think that this guy would eventually do all these traps to people and shit. So Saw 6, my very favorite out of the Saw franchise. Alright guys, that's going to do it. That's my ranking of the Saw franchise. Let me know your favorites. Let me know how you rank them. This is Danny B. You're watching The Trash Dish. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.